Christina, you are one of the most brilliant women I know. You are a woman of education, but then also a woman with wisdom in her heart. And so I know that you have been pouring out into your students on the university campus in the great state of Texas, but also a mom and involved with ministry. You have mentored other people, I believe, and you yourself have been mentored, and mentoring is so important in this station and season of life. How do you find a good mentor? What does mentoring look like?
I'm a big believer in, just as we encourage women inside the church to find good mentors and to be mentors to other women, that the same is true in our professional spheres as well. So for me, what I do is I look to other women that I feel like I want to aspire to be like. And I ask very pointed questions. How do you balance your family and your work and your spiritual life? What do all of these spheres look like? How do they overlap? And I ask them to share with me the fruit of that. So one thing that I feel like is a really good tool is looking at the fruit of people's lives and asking yourself, is this what I want for my life? Is this life-giving? Do I see life flowing out of this person? Is this the kind of life that I want in me in order to pour back into somebody that I'm mentoring as well? So it's really this triad relationship where you find someone who is willing to mentor you, and what you get poured into, you turn around and you pour back into a young woman who is aspiring to grow in her professional sphere as well.
I love it. So have you had a mentoring situation go bad?
Oh goodness, go bad? I don't know that I've had any go bad, but I think that there are some that have run their course. You know, sometimes you get mentors for different seasons of life, and then when you move on from that season, it's time to find a new mentor. So for example, when I was a young working woman without children, that was a very different season than when I'm now a young working mom with a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. So I sit at the feet of women who are juggling little kids and work and ministry, and just ask them, what has the Lord taught you in this season? What can you share with me? And then knowing that I then have the responsibility to turn around and pour that back out to a woman coming up in another season right behind me.
So how would I find a mentor?
I think relationship is the best way to go, and sometimes women are so afraid to ask, but we want to help other women. I find that when I'm asked to help, that I'm flattered, that I'm honored, and I will say to young women, what is it in me that you see that you would like to work on? And so then it's a very intentional relationship. So when I'm going to another woman, I will say things like, wow, you have 5 boys. Tell me what that looks like to raise 5 beautiful, loving boys in this crazy world, and just really just ask very pointed questions. And
so basically, I hear you saying that anyone that hits you up, you will mentor them.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily anybody who hits me up, but usually they have a reason. Like, tell me what it looked like to earn a PhD. How did you balance marriage and that? How do you merge ministry with your professional sphere? That's a question I get a lot. And so, for example, I've helped A21 write curriculum because my expertise is education. I have a heart for human trafficking, and one of the ways to kind of merge those two loves is to do both. And so usually when women are coming to me asking for advice, it's in that sphere of how do you merge what you love to do with work and what you love to do with ministry. So I love that question.
Thank you so much for mentoring the next generation and being part of Propel and A21.